Very best, you gotta travel across the land. But I'm happy here at pretty good, just out walking with my friends. So you can fly from coast to coast for all the antics events. But my destiny's here in Tennessee, my Pokédex in hand. You run your laps chasing the kittens in Providence, and you arc your throws for Electabuzz in St. Louis. But when you're lost in Boston seeking Pokestops, boo-hoo, we'll all still be spinning them up on Rocket Top. It's true. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Tanglers from Los Angeles. If you're there chasing Charizard, you're making your life way too hard. Clutching garlic, pounding pavement down Ventura Boulevard. We don't need Nidoqueens from down New Orleans. I hate to rain on solo you, but parades need a willing crew. All those squirtles on St. Charles saw you wandering and withdrew. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Lapras from Minneapolis or Polar Bears from Mississippi's. There's enough Weedles on Montego. We could evolve a swarm of Beedrill. There's enough Snubbull down to Shovel. We could team Sled with Grumble. We don't need Oregon from out in Oregon, or any Pikachus from up in Massachusetts. Sorry, Professor Oklahoma, we'll raid gyms in Tullahoma. Sorry, Pokecoin Palooka, we'll hatch on hikes in Chattanooga. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace.
Woo! One more song and then we begin.
The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Spread out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Woo! This is our third stream of the day, so we are only 12 away from our first face camera expansion of the stream. We're currently at 70% Joe Pasty, so if you want to get us up to Tony Stark helmet cam bright and early, now is the time to do it. We have a lot to do today. We have a lot to do. I feel like... Yep, so we had our craft stream, or not craft stream, we had our coffee and correspondence Monday morning stream to kind of plan my week and get the newsletter done with Tommy. Then we had the HHH stream with Cleo, where we came in here and we dug this hole. And we also did some work on the, what do you call this? We did some work on the plywood striations here. I've decided I don't like the amount of contrast there is here with the plywood. I think that what we actually want to do is replace this with jungle wood. Welcome, Gamer Guy Man. Glad you could join us. Okay, so now that we posted the starting link, I feel like this is maybe not the best way to do this from down here. But it is technically the safest, because this area is well lit and there's mobs out there. But, I mean, it's not even like we're collecting all of this. Welcome, GingerB10D. Glad you could join us. Okay. So, at this point, we're kind of making... I put a lot of work last night after the stream into looking at the photos and the measurements I had took. Yeah, setting up stream still, because we're still explaining like what the premise is. The stream isn't really going. I mean, we haven't gotten any tips yet, for one thing. But yeah, what we're doing right now is we are... Actually, let's leave one of the stripes and see how it looks with the jungle planks in there. I think the jungle planks make it look more like... Yeah, that looks more like plywood to me. It's a little bit less of a contrast than the other one. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. So let's go grab these. We will eventually use this spruce somewhere. But this feels closer to right with the jungle planks. Now, unfortunately, trying to harvest some of these off camera, I have worn down this hoe pretty much, as well as the axe. Shovel, I've got one elytra down, the other one is halfway down. So we are going to have to run to the nether at some point. Remind me when we come back from the nether, though, to restart this the connection to the server for replay mod purposes, because I will probably forget otherwise. Okay. Here we go. Putting some jungle planks in where this spruce was. I think it is a big improvement. I did get the blackstone from Tango. Did he do that on stream? Because it wasn't there when I left earlier this afternoon, but he was streaming, and then when I came back, it was there. Are we going to record Jevon's new portal room? Oh, I wasn't planning on recording myself going through there. But it would be a good thing to show in the I don't know if it fits thematically in this episode, though. Okay. Hopefully he didn't take long to... He just had to grab it out of chests or something. I hope he didn't have to, like, AFK for... Because he's got, like, a million other projects to work on. But, yeah, we are at the point where we need to take... we're going to be putting in the Blackstone from Tango this... Yeah, he dropped it off on stream. Okay, so he didn't have to gather it then. Good, good, good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. And especially once all of the ends have that, it's going to look way better. So we also need to do that on the inside of the circle over here. So, like, probably the easiest way to do this is going to be just straight up punch through and do it from the outside, right? The circle is where the subwoofer would point out the bottom of the pinball machine. Because, so there's like a subwoofer cabinet built into the machine here. Oh, actually, no, it's that one that we want. I didn't realize that when I was doing this that I was going to want to have the striations, but I think it should look a lot better. Okay. Boy, it might be hot enough in here to be worth going to get a towel and some ice packs for my feet. It's like the warm days are back in Tennessee. Okay. So we'll get a better view of this once we go back outside, but the idea is to make this look like the striations from the multi-levels of the plywood. Because plywood is like made of multiple layers pressed together, right? Scruffy Puppy, that's a weird question. That's like asking if there's any chance of seeing me, like, on The Daily Show. Like, I don't really get to decide who the guests are on The Daily Show. I mean, I am going to be in a children's science magazine soon. But, like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a separate thing, I guess. Let's see, so this is going to come down here. Like, I'm just not the right person to ask, I guess. Like, if you were like, Joe, they're bringing back Space Ghost to Coast to Coast, are you going to be on there? I'm like, how would I know? A children's science magazine, not a show. They're doing a piece on the deep field. Kindleless says, wait, they're bringing back Space Ghost? I don't know. That's my point. I'm not in charge of any of this stuff. All this stuff happens without my input. So I don't know why people keep asking me like I know what's going on. Evening, NJ. Glad to see you join us in the Discord chat there. Whoops. Oops. Okay, does this work? Yeah, that goes to there. Ginger B says, Joe, what do you consider counts as backseating? I mean, I think it doesn't really matter if people are wearing clothes. Like, if you're making out in the backseat of a car, then, you know, I would consider that backseating. But, like, some people might be like, well, it doesn't count unless you're shirtless. I don't know. I'm not in charge of, like, any of this stuff, y'all. I don't know. The questions tonight are just wild. Yeah, it is a weird question. I understand why you're curious, but, like, I'm not the expert on this stuff. There are no bots here. Why are you giving a robot that doesn't exist commands? I'm gonna time you out so you have time to read the rules. I don't know that commands are blatantly against the rules, but it feels like being off topic. Apparently the current topic is making out in the back seats of cars, because Gingerbee had a bad experience with the stream being delayed, and is now just like, well, now I know what I want to talk about. General MacArthur says, Joe, do you know a good website to buy a pinball machine? Well, so that's a weird question. Ideally, you want to buy it either from the manufacturer or from a trustworthy local distributor. Now, a trustworthy local distributor depends on where you live and who you trust. I can't vouch for distributors in most of the country, necessarily, right? So, once again, I'm the wrong person to ask. I would ask other people at your local pinball tournaments and stuff who they've bought from and who they've had a good experience with. In general, though, if you can buy directly through the manufacturer, like if you're just buying a new game anyway, new in box, then, you know, just go through Stern or Jersey Jack, right? You don't need to get some rando involved. But, like, if you're trying to buy something used, or possibly something new that wouldn't otherwise be available in your country, you're going to want to go through a distributor, possibly. Okay. What game are you looking to buy, General MacArthur? And can you say where you are geographically? I see you saying thanks anyway. I'm saying I probably can't help you. But if you tell me specifically what you're trying to do, I might be able to give more specific advice. Like, if you're trying to buy used games, really, you can find them on Pinside, and there's, like, some seller, like, review stuff there, but like ideally you really want to buy through somebody you know if you can. Because, like, you know, the pinball community is pretty tight-knit. It's the same folks that come to a lot of the same tournaments. And, you know, as they're expanding their collection, they're rotating games in and out. People's reputation really matters, right? So if somebody is, like, generally well-regarded in the pinball community, they're not going to risk burning their reputation to screw you out of a few $100, right? It's their names are worth more than that. Used games like secondhand. Yeah, like, so let's say that somebody bought a new Foo Fighters Pro. I actually know somebody who did this. He bought a new Foo Fighters Pro directly from Stern. Or, well, maybe not directly from Stern. I'm not sure. He might have bought it through Zach at Flippin' Out. But he bought a new Stern Foo Fighters Pro. And then he played the premium and was like, well, I'd rather have the premium. And so then he got the premium in, and he's like, hey, does anybody at, you know, in our local tournament group want to buy this Foo Fighters Pro at a steep discount? Because I've unboxed it, I played it for a couple weeks, but then when my premium came in, I'm ready to sell it. Like, you know, I just want it out of my space so that I will take a loss on this just to have it out of my area so I can play my new games better, right? So, like, okay. Gamer Guy Man says, Joe, do you play any games other than Minecraft? Yeah, I play threes. I played Dwarf Fortress, NetHack, Papers, Please. Okay, see, that looks a lot... Okay, I feel like there's a weird stagger at one point in there, but that might just be the angle we're looking at this from. The Foo Fighters machine is actually really fun. I've played both the Pro and the Premium. It has a really good flow to it. It seems like Raymond Davidson, the guy who did the rules for it, is he's one of the top tournament players in the world. He's very thoughtful and intentional with his design stuff. It's very, very good. So yeah, if you get a chance to play one on location, I recommend it. Here in Nashville, we've got currently there's two at Game Galaxy. There's the Pro and the Premium. And they've got just the Pro at no quarter. But I think the Pro at Game Galaxy is on its way out the door soon. Because the Premium, like, you don't really need both. You actually fight aliens in the game. I'm not sure if they're called foos. But, yeah, I'm personally not the biggest fan of the Foo Fighters. I don't dislike their music, but it's not like I'm like, oh, this is a touchstone for me or whatever. You know, like if there was a Ben Folds pinball machine, I'd be like, oh, this is my jam. Give me that piano, that bass, and that drum kit. Woo! But like there's not. But I mean, yeah, I'm not a, you know, so like I've never been to a Foo Fighters concert. I don't think I would buy tickets to one if there was one. In town here, but like, you know, I don't mind their music. I'll listen to it if it's on in the car or whatever. But so I was familiar with their songs before, but not like I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to them. But it's a good pinball machine. The art and sound design are very well done, which you definitely want in a music pin. But then having the way the playfield is designed, it's done by Jack Danger. Who's a relatively new designer at Stern. He did a fantastic job with the layout. Is there a Stevie Wonder machine? I don't believe so. I hope you have a great Thursday then, Tommel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One game that, well, there's actually maybe 2 games. No, one game I haven't had the chance to really play yet is the new Godfather pin. Because they have it at Game Galaxy, but it's, I didn't realize it the first time I went there that they had it. I didn't see it because I was, like, so excited about some other stuff that they had. I was like, wait, what? They've got Bond 60th? What? Because the Bond 60th is also really good. It's stupidly expensive, which is why, like, it's, like, hyper limited edition or whatever. I could never afford one, but I'm lucky that the guys who own arcades in town here, you know, genuinely want to show off, like, their collections and share them with the community and use them in tournaments and stuff. So, like, I've gotten to play probably 24 games on the Bond 60th now, between a few visits and a couple tournaments there. It's super well done. Elwin knows how to make a pin. And I'm also, once again, I'm not, it's kind of, James Bond to me is like Foo Fighters. Like, if it's on, it's on, but, like, it's not something I've ever gone out of my way for. Do my regular pinball places have any vintage games? Oh, yeah. There was a classics tournament at Game Galaxy the other day, which was nothing but, like, single-layer playfield, pre-DMD. Some electromechanical, some circuits, but, yeah. I don't know anything about dog breeds. Are we still setting up the stream? Kind of. Mr. Lance says, I wish the Pink Floyd pinball machine had been better at Chicago Pinball Expo. I didn't see that one, Mr. Lance. Was that one of the homebrews? Tommel says, may I ask where your love of pinball came from? I don't know. Pinball's just always been around. Like, when I was a kid, it was at the arcades that we would go to on vacation and stuff. And so, like, I was actually kind of surprised how many people didn't grow up around pinball. Like, we never had machines at home or anything, but, like, the pizza places we would go to would have pinball machines, and, like, it was just kind of part of the, like, I don't know, general, like, accoutrement of the era, I suppose. Ooh, pufferfish. Yeah, Space Cadet Pinball we had on our computers. Have I met any of the other hermits outside of HermitCraft? Yeah, I met Aurelian, Generic B. I met King Daddy D-Mac. Python GB. Wells Knight, Iskal. Mumbo Jumbo, Good Times with Scar, False, Stress, Zombie Cleo, Tango, Impulse. Did I say Hypnotized already? I have not met Grian. He doesn't really travel very much for, like, events. Alex Bernstein says, would I be correct in assuming it's Game Galaxy in Smyrna? Yeah, Jason Wilson's place down in Smyrna. Mr. Lance says it wasn't Pink Floyd, it was Queen. Oh, yeah, that Queen game was definitely early days. They actually just got one of those at Game Galaxy too. I haven't had the chance to play it yet. With the new code and stuff. I'm hoping it's improved, but, like, the problem is when new games come in like that, they're either super busy or, like, the last time I was at Game Galaxy, it was for, like, a huge, like, all-day tournament. And because those machines were next to the Bond 60th that was in the tournament, they were both turned off because they didn't want to have like a million people queuing up to play the other new games when people were trying to play a serious tournament game in between them. So, yeah, Game Galaxy in Smyrna is giant. Jason basically like just bought a bunch of buildings that were next to each other in the like hollowed out downtown of Smyrna, because like once they got rid of passenger rail, people stopped going into the downtown. So Game Galaxy is right across from the passenger rail station, and he just bought all these buildings in a row and then knocked holes in the walls between them, and it's just like room after room, building after building full of video games and pinball. It's really nice. It's genuinely impressive, but like in a like we punched a bunch of holes in walls and none of the ceilings or floors match kind of way. It's efficient. But yeah, they've got like all sorts of old games. They've got like the old Paperboy arcade game with the handlebars and everything. Yeah, it's a real hole-in-the-wall place. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Minnesota Darkfire. No, I don't think I met him in person. I have met B-Dubs in person. I don't think I mentioned B-Dubs on my list. Yeah, who else? HermitCraft.com members. Nope, I got the whole list. Cool, cool, cool. How long has this stream been starting for? I don't know, a while. Skist says, Joe, did you remember to check the height of that beam? Honestly, I realized I'm not going to bother for a while. Like, it's more important to get the aesthetic in. I'm triaging right now, basically. Yeah, the Weird Al game was very cool too, Mr. Lance. Yeah, that's part of the P3 multimorphic system, which is weird in all sorts of ways, but interesting. Okay, let's get some of these down. Getting blocks placed. We're gonna place the blocks and then we'll place more. What's triaging? Triaging is where you prioritize based on the impact of your actions. Given a limited amount of time and energy, what is the most impactful outcome you can get? Basically, if I went down a rabbit hole trying to double check, because I realized, like, looking at my measurement stuff, I'm going to have to reverse engineer the height of this post based on a bunch of different photos. And I'm like, I don't want to do trigonometry right now. If I want to get this episode done, this episode won't be finished until this stuff looks better. And it's not going to look better until we have all of the places that we need it to look better done. So, well, this right here is a weird case. This, that hole doesn't really need it. But, like, for example, this over here. Like, these, we had these, like, pencil marks. The graphite represents, like, the idea that there's going to be something here. Right, so we're going to come in and we're going to do all of these as well. All of these cutouts. Ian Erickson, yeah, this is going to be a giant pinball machine. We are in the process of working on some of the plywood striations right now. But if we fly out here for a second, I can show you the side of it where we got some of the art in. It takes a second because the thing is gigantic, so we got to fly a good distance away. And then we got to eat a pork chop because we're so hungry from flying. But yeah, it's called Deep Field. I'm designing it myself. The cabinet structure is based on Spooky Pinball's Total Nuclear Annihilation cabinet. But I'm designing the play field. The art is based on actual space telescope images. Tyrannosaurus! I was just summarizing what I'm working on. But we got a raid coming in from Tyrannosaurus. Welcome, QB Smash, Whitefire. Howdy, Raiders. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee. Some of y'all already know me from the Shadow Council Discord. Yeah, this is the pinball machine I'm working on in Minecraft. It goes all the way up to build height. It rises out of the sea like Godzilla. It's called Deep Field because it's themed after space telescopes and photos thereof. The cabinet's layout, in terms of the play field, like the gameplay area, I'm designing myself. But the structure of the cabinet, like the outer parts, are based on the Total Nuclear Annihilation game designed by Scott Denisi, which Spooky Pinball released. I measured a real Total Nuclear Annihilation to get all these dimensions. Where's the vents? Where the warning labels? All that stuff. So the warning labels are based off real warning labels. These stars, I am doing pixel art kind of by hand, eyeballing photos that come back from the James Webb Space Telescope and Hubble. Right now, we are in the process of making the plywood on the inside look more realistic by adding layers to it. This is where the subwoofer would rest. You want to have a good sound system on your pinball game. So, let's see. Over here, we have stenciled onto the side of the plywood the name of the machine. That's not the... This is going to get covered up by a Galaxy artwork, but I just put this here for now because I thought it looked cool. But yeah. So, like I said, we're in the process right now of just plywooding this thing up. So, oh boy. Let's see if we can land there. I did find Tango's Blackstone delivery. Thank you. Yes, I was very happy to see that. We're going to actually be using that Blackstone later this evening. Yeah, there's an Iron Maiden pinball machine. It's a lot of fun. Same thing, Metallica is also a lot of fun. But Iron Maiden and Metallica, I play at least... I'd say probably I average 2 or 3 games on those a week. Because they're part of our tournament rotation here. Whoops. That wasn't ideal, but whatever. Yeah, Rush is a lot of fun, too. I don't play that one quite as much because it's not at our nearest tournament location. Welcome, Nocalia. Well, the subwoofer hole doesn't need darkness to cover it because we're actually going to build a subwoofer there. Right now, we're just working on, like, the play field, or not play field. We're working on the plywood. But, like, that will be covered with a subwoofer cone that we're going to build to scale. And then we'll talk about how subwoofers work. So, right now, we're not really getting too much into the electronics of the machine at this point in the season. But the idea is that once we start building all this stuff out, we'll be talking about, like, hey, here's the, you know, different kind of things. See, Tommel says, what's a subwoofer? McAdoo says, a functioning subwoofer? I mean, we could put a note block inside of it, but we're building a model of a real subwoofer, right? Okay. Okay. Dang it. Yep, we are putting in the individual plies in the plywood right now. Correct, BKJ. Okay. Right now, let's put some of these back. Right there, because that's... Whoops, that's the wrong kind of wood, clearly. Tickled Panda says, I enjoy the plywood detailing. Will you include the copper coil moving the speaker diaphragm? See, that's the sort of stuff that we're going to have to... That's kind of... At whatever scale I can, I'm going to include the appropriate level of detail. But, like, that is going to be an excuse for us to talk about how do speakers work? How do screens work when we put in the actual screen back there? How do the coils and the flippers work, right? Like... Will Hermits have to fly through this? Yeah, so the idea is that the thing is eventually going to be an Elytra course. So you would enter through the coin slot or whatever, which I'm not doing very well right now. And then that would lead you through some sort of passage to here where you go up the shooter lane, like behind the plunger. Fly across here. There'd be some pop bumpers and some other obstacles. Once I get the playfield design in, I'm realizing I don't have enough rockets. You'll go down here. And once you go down the drain at the end of... The first leg of the Elytra course is up here. Second leg is all going to be down here. So there's going to be other components down here that you'll fly around. And then you'll fly up here, and there's a bunch of stuff in the back box. You'll be able to see the back of the translate here. Tommel says, Joe, no offense, but I never heard of you until I heard you were one of Scar's HermitCraft episodes. Why would I take offense at that? I've never heard of you. Like, it's fine. Nobody has to have heard of anybody. Okay. So. Okay. So we got a few other things we got to deal with right quick. So we need to put in the hole for the switch, for the power switch. We need to lay our heads down and dream. Where's my power switch hole? Here. Do I have that photo on this computer, or do I need to move it over? Pinball reference. That looks like the right... One of these is probably the right one. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, so we're going to open that up in Photoshop, download, file, show in folder, open with Adobe Photoshop 2023. Okay. So, this right here, from there to there, is how many inches? Or not inches, how many centimeters? Looks like 6. 5.7. So it's 5.7 centimeters, but it starts how far from there? That's actually, let's figure that out first. Okay, it starts 9.3 away from the bottom there. Okay, so 9.3 cm. 9.3 times 2.375. 22. So 22 blocks from the bottom, and then it is how many from the side here. Okay, that's 92.8, which is... Wait, no, that wasn't the length. Hold on. Okay, so that is 344, which is how far? So that's 2. So it's 5 away. Okay, so the power switch is going to be 5 away from this side and 22 away from back here. So function... Okay, so we just need to get up to 20... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6. And we need to be at 23, 24. Okay, and then we'll leave that there like so. Okay. So that was actually wrong about that location there. So, let's see, how wide then is this? So that was 344, and this is... So 840 minus 344 is 496, which by the ruler here... looks a lot like 3 centimeters. 3 times 2.378. 7, so 7 blocks deep. Or 7 blocks wide. 1, 2, 3. Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then it's that wide. So that's 5.6 times 2.378. 13 blocks deep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Cool. We are about 45 minutes into the stream. Just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Some people are saying they're seeing some buffering. I don't think, well, specifically in YouTube, not in Twitch. I don't think it's on my end. I'm not seeing any drop frames here or compressor overloads or anything. Hey, Daniel J. McGrill. My day was good. Thank you for asking. We are making a lot of active progress on the pinball machine here, which I am deeply excited about. This is real good. Oops. Okay. Dang it. That does not go there. Okay, we're gonna replace that torch on that side. Any of these other ones gonna need to go? Yeah, maybe that one. Okay, cool. Okay, almost. Okay, so then we are going to come down one more layer here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely lower than it should be, but we're not going to worry too much about that right now. We're just going to start up about here and fill in like so. McAdoo says, Joe, are there any plans for controlling slime spawns? Nope. It doesn't really seem like a problem. Like, this isn't a spawner for, like, other stuff where it's like, oh no, the slimes are slowing down the rates of everything else or whatever. It's not one of them Doc M77 productions where you gotta get all that stuff exactly right, you know? Okay. Seems like we're about to get... Hey, we got a tip rolling in. Let's see who that is from. Cassidy, thank you very much for the 10, who says, I've loved watching the pinball machine progress. Such a legend. Well, thank you very much, Cassidy. That actually puts us 2 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Oh, wow, we still have that setting up screen sign. Yeah, we could probably take that down now, I guess. Let's go. Get the rest of this knocked out. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da. Do-da-do-do-dee. Welcome, Note Queen. Glad you could join us. We're going to not place one there, actually, so we can come back from below easier momentarily. Okay. Hey, we got another tip rolling in. Let's see who it's from. We got 5 from Cassidy once more, who says, let's go expansion. Woo! That is going to get us 3 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to enter the most obnoxious face camera expansion size, the Tony Stark Helmet Cam. Expand you. Do. At this point, the camera can't take up any more of the screen, but it can keep dropping in opacity. Here we go. We're dropping to 60% now. After this, we'll drop down once more. We are only $17 away from that. Let's go ahead and lay our heads down and dream so that we can more safely deploy some blocks here. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at that, and that's not a super safe way to do this part. Let's maybe put some torches up here, too. Okay, that seems sane-ish. Whew. Okay, there's some text going on in the HermitCraft group chat. Let me make sure there's nothing urgent there for me. Sometimes people are like, Joe, make sure you don't fly over here. I see you're streaming, but I'm about to log in and do something secret. Nope. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Nothing urgent or terrifying. All right, all right, all right. What happened to the chains? Oh, we did those this morning. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm also realizing that I turned down the resolution of the camera this morning. And it's really obvious once it gets to this size. Trying to save myself a little bit of extra, what do you call that, buffer? Bandwidth or whatever. There we go. Alrighty, so we're going to move that here. So we can start dropping in more planks as we go. So long and planks for all the fish. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Yep, you're truly watching HermitCraft through the eyes of a hermit right now. Glorious high-definition hermits. HDH. Do-do-do-do. Alrighty, we are just soaring up the edge here. Dun, 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 dun. Looks like we got another geopacity potentially impacting tip coming in. Well, not quite, but still, it is appreciated. John says, you rock. John, you rock too. Thank you so much for supporting the arts and my show in particular with that $5 tip. That gets us 12 away from the next Face Gamer expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. I've got like 2,500 videos up on YouTube. You could watch every single one of them and watch all the ads, and I'd still make less than a few dollars like that. That is a huge, disproportionate way to support the show. So it is deeply appreciated, John. Thank you so much. Welcome, Kaname's Cocoa Pie. Glad you could join us. We are just in the process here of getting a little bit more birch. Trying to make the plywood feel more plywoody. Okay, so we're going to go back that way now. How much? We might not have enough planks for this. We're going to have to go harvest some more jungle wood shortly, I think. Okay, let's maybe put a torch there. Got enough light down here. That'll be fine. It's fine. Yeah, yeah. Up we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to leave that hole for right now for that beacon. BK Jade says, I didn't realize tips were so disproportionate. Oh, yeah, ad revenue is... I make less money in ad revenue a month than I spend on health insurance. Almost all... So if you're like, Joe, I hate your streams, but I love your YouTube episodes. What allows me to film during the day instead of having a day job to make those YouTube episodes is the tips that come in during the streams. The folks who tip on the streams are the ones that allow me to be home during the day to record with everybody for like the Ren the King stuff and whatnot. I would not be able to do that otherwise. Oops. Because, yeah, YouTube ad revenue is just not enough to live off of at my scale. Okay, and that was the end of those. We do want to get rid of the spruce planks to make some room in our inventory real quick. Like zip, zip. Then we're going to go chop down some more trees. Real fast. Let's get rid of this shulker box here. Drop this extra damaged anvil here for now. Okay. Yeah, that was all of the jungle wood we had. The tuff we can offload now, too, for the time being. We can reclaim that later. Don't need the black carpet. This is really going to start feeling more like a physical object. Like, it's kind of felt like a wireframe when we first started putting in literally the wireframe with the leaves and stuff. But the more of the supports and the physical structures we get in place, the better it'll feel. Okay. We are at 9:30, halfway through our normal weekday stream length. Because this is my third stream of the day, I'm not promising we're going to make it to 10:30. Because, like, I had a big day yesterday. A lot of time outdoors. There was a wrestling match / punk show at a pinball bar. And so there was a lot of aggressive throwing around of pinball machines between matches and sets. So I'm definitely feeling my nudge muscles in my lower arms are, like, killing me from that. Did have a lot of fun, though, with my daughter and my friends, but yeah. Like, there's a certain point where it's like, once your muscles, like, start hurting too badly, you kind of just need to know, like, okay, I'm at the wall. And I can tell I'm close, but I'm not there. But, yeah, so I'm not going to promise a full-length stream tonight. We have done, this is our third stream of the day. So, low elytra. Yeah, that's the thing is, I want to get the axe and the hoe a little bit lower, and then we'll fix everything all at once. Hey, Stephanie Hall. Stream is going well. We have made huge progress on the pinball machine, which I can't show you right now because we are currently gathering more logs. I'm trying to wear down all my tools to just about dead, so then we can run to the end and repair everything, and then come back to the pinball machine. Okay. We really need to get the saplings out of the leaves, so I'm using a fortune hoe here. Today was HHH. Yep, I did a coffee stream at 8:30 this morning where I went through all my correspondence that came in over the weekend with, like, messages from other hermits, like, hey, can we record something here? What are we doing with this? That sort of stuff. And so, yeah, I had a stream from, like, 8:30 a.m. to 11:15 or so, maybe. And then I had another stream from 1 to 3. And now I'm streaming again. So, yeah. I'm kind of at the point where, like, if my arms start hurting too bad, we're calling it a day. Okay. Can we land it? We landed it! Woo! Stuck the landing! We did it! For HHH today, we worked on cutting out some inserts in my pinball machine that were like a 40-minute job for 2 people. I say inserts, like basically the hole that the base cone points out of for like the speaker. So there's a subwoofer in the bottom of the cabinet of the pinball machine that points downward, and so we had to dig out where that was going to go. What's my favorite build from any season of HermitCraft from you and other people? I'm not really good at saying something is like my absolute top I'm not good at ranking things. I will say I am particularly proud of my Castle Ravenloft from Season 5, though. I am also particularly proud of my Evergiven model from Season maybe 7? Castle Hohenzollern from Season 8 came out pretty good, too, although the tavern there was a little bit more near and dear to my heart, because that was from a D&D setting that I'm fond of called Acquisitions Incorporated. Mike Deadmon says the art gallery, which I moved, was really cool, too. The Season 4 art gallery. Yeah, that's still the icon. The Season 4 art gallery is still the icon for my Discord, because I created the Discord back in Season 4 of HermitCraft, I guess. And I hate when things change their icons. It really frustrates me. I just can't keep track of stuff that changes over time like that. Okay, so we've worn down the hoe and the pick both pretty well, or the axe pretty well. Let's go ahead and replant the jungle saplings, and then we'll be on our way. So we're going to just plant these in kind of 2x2 arrangements here, with a little bit of space so they have room to grow. These are big trees when they're done. Just huge. Like the kind Barry was telling his kid about while pretending to be Clark. Okay. So, yeah. I think now we're ready to go get the other elytra and then head to the end. General MacArthur says, do you know of any used pinball dealers in the Kansas City area? No, I don't. The closest one I could probably semi-vouch for would be Zach from Flippin' Out Pinball, but that's in Louisville, Kentucky. But, like, let me give you his link here. So I don't currently have any sort of promotional deal with him. I would love to work with him professionally. So if you do end up buying a pinball machine through him, feel free to say that Joe Hills recommended you. But if you're not sure if you're going to buy through him, don't mention that and then not buy one, because that'll further undermine the odds of actually me getting a sponsorship deal. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I really think that, like, getting a sponsorship deal with a pinball machine distributor makes way more sense for my channel than doing some, like, dumb VPN ads or something. But I just don't have the chops to make something like that happen. I'm still kind of getting my sea legs with stuff like that. Yeah, this is the new end room, which is looking way better. So good job there, Jev. Trying not to look at any Enderman until I get over there. The sick burn ward might be what you're thinking about. From musical emergencies, yeah. That was in my Ministry of Truth build. Stephanie Hall says, wait, is that a covered beverage receptacle with a straw? Yeah, I can't find my good ones, but after having all those spills the other night, I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. It's a chroma straw, so. I don't know what that is, Toxic Glitter, so I don't know if that's a joke or not. Oh, wait, stretch it out. Don't forget to reset the replay mod. Yeah, that's after we get back, though. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. That on, so we fix the other elytra too. Hey, welcome Sammy, glad you could join us. Expert size. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This actually does feel like it's helping with my lower arms. Woo! Oh, Static World. The camera gets bigger when we hit face camera expansion milestones. We're currently 12 away from the next face camera expansion milestone, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. Howdy, Incredible Mike. Glad you could join us. We are just in process here of repairing a bunch of tools and elytras. We've had a very busy day. We've been making a lot of visually appreciable progress on the pinball machine. Like placing stacks. So in the last 3 days, we placed something like 3 double chests worth of birch logs. We're using jungle logs for accents for the striation. And like, it's really coming along. I am so excited. If you were last here on Friday, not necessarily you, Incredible Mike. I don't keep track of when people are here or not. But like, if for people who are just here on Friday, we're gonna go through real quick here. Okay, we're gonna reset. I need to reset for replay mod purposes my connection to the server. But yeah. But we have cut out the hole for the subwoofer and started marking where the subwoofer cabinet is going to be. Whoa, loading the game is challenging. So we've got that hole cut. We have got the striations in on multiple of these supports here. We've got where the power switch goes. We are currently working on getting the plywood little plies in on the other bits here. So let's go ahead and actually swing back by down this way. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we got too many ender pearls. We're going to dump those first. So yeah, this is... So like, Saturday and Sunday night, we spent like 7 hours getting the second layer of birch in here. And now that we've done that, we can do all the cutouts and everything. There's actually more cutouts that need to go on the bottom of the machine that we're not even on yet. But I wanted to do this big cutout here for HHH today, because I knew that one was going to take a while, and it did. Then we got the cutout over here for the power switch now. Yeah, we read 9 chapters of Don Quixote while putting in all of that extra birch. Boorango, sorry to hear about your headphones. That's most unfortunate. I forgot to put away the... Okay. It's fine. Okay. Okay, so we're going to turn the jungle logs into jungle planks now. Okay. Toxic says they are a suit company that occasionally do YouTube sponsorships. Not a joke. Also a vague thought if it's right for you. Maybe. The problem is I really... Like, suits are one of those things that, like, I really would prefer to get from a local tailor. So like I don't know how I feel about recommending people buy them online. I mean, I say local tailor. Like the ones in Nashville are too expensive, so I go to this guy my brother uses down in Chattanooga when I need something, but I mean, how often do I need a suit? Like every 7 years or something. But like when I do, like the Jomez Adams suit is I got from that guy. He didn't make it like completely from scratch or anything, but like he fitted it to me and okay, so we're gonna come down here. Let's put maybe some light in here. This is maybe lower than we needed to go with this, now that I'm looking at this. Get that totem instituted soon. Got it. Done it. Did it. Hey, Satasha. Yeah, the camera gets bigger when people tip, so as you can tell, we're doing pretty okay tonight. We are actually only $12 away from the next face camera expansion milestone, so if anybody wants to show Satasha how it works, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills or YouTube Super Chat. Daniel J. McGrell says, so did you bring him the suit or did he have the suit already? So he's got a ton of suits in stock that like don't have the pants hemmed, or like they're basically, this suit is not ready to wear yet, but will be adapted for a person to be ready to wear, if that makes sense, right? So basically you find one that roughly fits you and you try it on, and then he measures you, and then he like adapts it. And if he's just like, no, this one won't fit you at all, no matter, I can't fix this one for you, you know, he might be able to order you one, but you know, in general, you probably want to try and find something that's basically already your size. McAdoo says, it's been a while since you've written any fan fiction. Didn't you hear my thing about Etho and the carpet in the last video that came out like 2 days ago? Cub fan made it very clear that that was not a real story that happened. He was like worried that we were going to get in trouble because I was presenting it as fact. He was like, I am pretty sure that did not happen. So I'm not sure about the bottom layer there. We might bring that up a little bit. Dang it, missed the jump there. Yeah, no, I had a whole story about Etho going nuts at a hotel. The green screen shirt is also from the same shop. Although they didn't fit that to me, it basically already fit. No, it was about Etho because of the upcoming Etho versus XB match. I understand why you might think that, because it was about the upcoming Etho and XB match, but no, it was specifically about Etho. Okay. Okay. This isn't a very particularly challenging piece of the project, but like I said, this is my third stream of the day, and I can definitely feel like, whew. So we might not go very far past 10, which is like 13 minutes away. The problem is I really wanted to get far enough that I could record an outro to this episode. And if it's pretty clear I'm not going to be able to do that no matter what, then at a certain point I need to cut my losses. And anyway, but like... Whoop. No part of that went well. Dang it. We're gonna stick the landing this time. There we go. I did it. Through sheer force of will. That should be in the 4th slot. Boo Rango says the most surprising bit of Joe lore would be Day 3 reader of Homestuck. Wait, what? I don't think that's right. Is Tiny URL dead? I don't think I was a Day 3 reader of Homestuck. I don't think that's right, because I used to read Problem Sleuth. And so when Homestuck came out, I think I read it day 1. Because I already knew who Andrew Hussey was, because he used to hang out with Art, the guy who comes in here and tells me when I'm going to be involved with a Billy Mitchell lawsuit, the Wafzilla guy. He used to hang out with Wafzilla on this webcomics forum. And Wafzilla was my roommate. Yeah, it was, oh gosh, what was the name of the guy that ran that forum? It was like a very small, like, thing, but like... No, yeah, so I've known who Andrew Hussey was way before Homestuck. No, I did an entire Christmas Carol thing one year where I was jumping back and forth between Problem Sleuth and A Christmas Carol. The first year that I ever did the Christmas Carol, it was a Discord-only thing. I didn't do it on stream. And I was jumping back and forth between Problem Sleuth and Dickens is A Christmas Carol, because there's a lot of like weird perspective changes in both stories, and whenever one happened in one, I would jump back to the other. But like, I mean, I don't personally know Andrew Hussey or anything, but like, it's the same thing. Like, HermitCraft wasn't a big deal when I joined. Like, when I started reading Homestuck, it was just, hey, the Problem Sleuth guy has a new comic. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba da da dun 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 dun. Wa bum 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 bum. Why is this surprising? I have literally been tweeting about Homestuck, and I bet have I tweeted about Problem Sleuth? Like, this is all stuff that's out there though. Like, at Joe Hill's Sleuth. On March 10th, 2009, I wrote Problem Sleuth just ended. It was amazing. Go read it. I even included instructions for how to go read it because it's so different from other comics. General MacArthur says, Joe, back with another pinball question. I'm completely new to it. Want to check out what are some tips to get good at it? Like most things, just play as much as you can. I mean, I'm not amazing at it, but I've gotten better because I practice. If you're playing a machine that you don't know the rules to, sometimes there's usually a rules card printed on the lower left or lower right of the apron of the machine, which is like in front of you on the top. There's what do you call it? In general, whatever is going to give you points is either lit up or flashing. So if you don't know the rules to a machine and you're like trying to start missions or modes or whatever, shoot the lit up or flashing shots. If there's drop targets on an older machine, drop all of the drop targets. It's keep both hands on the flippers is another one. One of my friends who actually just won a tournament was told that. Somebody was just like, you know, you seem like you're pretty good at this, but I notice you like keep putting your hands in your purse or like adjusting your hair. Have you considered like trying to just keep your hands on the buttons? And she's just like, oh, yeah, that would probably help. And she went from like doing pretty okay to like winning her next tournament. And she's just like, I didn't, you know, like sometimes you just need somebody to tell you something like that. Like, she had just gotten pretty good without even bothering to have her hands near the buttons. And so then once she started doing that, it's like, well, now this is easy mode. Like, am I planning on attending the final TCG tourney / match? Yes, but it's going to be a recording, not a live stream. So it will not be here. It will not be like on Twitch. Yeah, sometimes it's really easy to miss obvious stuff. Case Walker Space Talker says, evening post machine looks great. Thank you. Yeah, we are currently working on getting the ply and the plywood. And then I got distracted, actually. We actually don't need more logs right now. Why am I back over here? We just fixed our tools, and I was like, I want to use the tools, but what I actually should be doing is placing more blocks. Okay. Okay, how lit up would you say that is down there? Not very, probably. Dun 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. La da da da. Da na 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 na. Dee 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 da. Bum bum bum. Oh yeah, we bought more food too. Well, wait, why am I getting tagged on the HermitCraft Discord? Okay. Big HermitCraft event tomorrow. Got it. Let's get these torches in so then we can get this covered up. Na 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 na. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know if this thing tomorrow is public knowledge or not, but it's like a recording only thing. Welcome, Nope Queen. Okay. So now go up. Yeah, so this is a weird bit. I don't know if I want to deal with this right now, because technically the top of this plywood will be covered by like a very thin bit of rubber eventually, and I kind of yeah, let's just maybe not focus on that at the moment. Let's focus on the stuff that won't be covered. We're kind of triaging everything here. What will have the most impact with the time and energy we have? Bum, bada bum, bada bum. The thing is, we're not going to get that rubber bit in probably until we work on getting the glass in, and that's going to be super late in the process. So we're going to have months of looking at this without that piece added. So maybe it's better, just in terms of the physicality of the machine, to put in the wood now. Whoops. Dang it, that's the wrong spot. Okay, so very shortly we are going to need more logs, but we're not there yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this decision. Okay. Whew. Just as a quick reminder, we are now at the 10 o'clock hour. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Normally, we wrap up the show at around 10:30 on a school night, but I'm not sure how far I'm going to make it since this is our third stream of the day. Right now, I've got a really simple thing that I need to do a lot of. So I kind of feel like, well, while I'm tired anyway, let's just go ahead and do this really simple thing repeatedly. But I also know that my arms are going to start failing soon. Like, my whole body is just like, whoa, way too much sitting today. Superstone says, what does the jungle wood represent? It represents the striations in the plywood. If I, like, look down there, you can kind of see the... We're putting the ply in plywood right now. The laminated layers, if one will, says Cavman. Mr. Cavman, explain the plywood. La ta ta, dee 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 da. Mr. Cavman, explain plywood. Ah! Okay, see, this is where it's starting to get tired, is maybe... We'll see if this becomes a liability, yeah. Becomes a liability. Oh, boy. Get to Spec says, I woke up and you were live. I came back 16 hours later and here you are. Well, I mean, it's my job. But yeah, this is my third show of the day. I was live for almost 3 hours this morning, another 2 hours this afternoon, and we are an hour and a half into my evening show. Okay, those are just stairs for access. That doesn't actually mean anything. That does get awkward there. Do we still have... Of course we don't. Dang it, that's going to be its own whole thing, huh? Nope. Yeah, not my best idea. I mean, honestly, once we get underneath there, it's less important anyway. Okay, here we go. Do-do-do-do. Bum-bum-bum-ba-da. Do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da-da. Whoops, that's wrong. That's why we gotta go forward, huh? Yeah. It's harder to do this against the black. I should maybe have just done this the other way here. Hey, Devin Crotties. Things are good. We are just working on the plywood edges for our pinball machine here. One practical offshoot of this is that this is one of the changes that will actually make the map look better on our machine. Most of the stuff we're doing right now is under the glass, so you're not going to be able to see it regardless. Okay. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Case Walker for 10. Thank you very much, Case Walker. Woo! That puts us wait, is that right? Yeah, I guess we were 12 away. Now we're 2 away from our next Face Gamer expansion milestone, who says, I never knew making plywood was so time-consuming. Cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah, the map art stuff, this is nowhere near vintage beef quality. But this is going to fix all that problem down there with the water and stuff, too, in the short term. Dang it. Bum, 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 ba da ba da bum, 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 ba da. Bum, 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 ba da 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 da. Cavman, well, that glass down there represents kind of the bottom of the plywood. It doesn't represent, like, the actual proper, yeah, so that glass down there is, like, the back of the playfield. It's kind of abstract. This isn't the glass that goes on top of the pinball machine. This is basically, I'm going to be mounting components onto this, and then I'm going to be doing pixel art where this is for the actual playfield art. Yeah, so that's why, like, the apron bit and the drain are, like, here, right? So this is, this glass here represents the playfield. Do I have a YouTube video on how to use an abacus? No. I'm sure there's somebody who's way better at it than me. It's like I don't have a video about how to use a computer mouse either. Like, that's just not my jam. Like, but Joe, you use a computer mouse every day. Yeah, but like I'm not the sort of person who makes videos about that. That's somebody else's thing. That's not for me. You know, that's okay. More rockets. We got plenty here, but let's grab some additional 2 stacks. Sammy says you could absolutely have sarcastic instruction videos. I could, but like, I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I would not want to do, if I was gonna. Well, you know, I take it back. The thing is, it's not that I don't want to make sarcastic instruction videos. It's that I don't want to make them about doing stuff like using a mouse or an abacus. I would want them to be like highly specific things that most people would never need to do. Like, oh boy. Like how to identify a North American hippopotamus. Not sure what's up here. We seem to have like a breakdown in the... Oh, we'll come back to that. Yeah, like the redstone door tutorials are like this more the sort of thing like if I was gonna... Yeah, the redstone door tutorials kind of encapsulate how I've approached stuff like this in the past and would probably do it again in the future if I were to. This is the side profile of the plywood, so there wouldn't be knots in it. Scruffy Puppy says, it's like telling the difference between an alligator and a crocodile. One you see later, the other after a while. That physically hurts. I'm stretching my arms until I feel better. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yeah, also the... Yeah. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bada, bada, bum, 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 bada. Dad jokes will continue until morale improves, so it seems. Okay. 10:15. Wow, we actually made it further than I thought I was going to tonight. It does help that Cleo yelled at me to go take a nap earlier and kicked me off the server. Okay. So, let's fly over this real quick. Yeah, the whole thing feels more substantial now that we can see the lines in the plywood there. If I duck out of the way, you can see them in there too. Yeah, I'm very happy with the progress here. Now this is where this gets weird, because that other deep field thing is actually going to be inside the wall there. Quill says, I feel like we're inching along, and then all of a sudden it's coming in in leaps and bounds. Well, I mean, that's part of, like, when you spend months of preparation on something, you know, you can all of a sudden just go, okay, now we do the thing we've been getting ready for, and then it's just, like, knock it out. I mean, it does help that I did I did 7 hours of streams the last 2 nights, and then another, like, I'm on, like, my 7th or 8th hour of streaming today. So basically, yeah. Hey, welcome, Strange's Universe. Thank you for following. Yeah, we're over here working on pinball machine at the moment, trying to get the plywood striations in. I'm not really thrilled with the idea of cutting into the deep field text up here, so I'm not sure yet how I'm going to deal with that. But let's just go ahead and work our way back down then. Let's go lay our heads down and dream, because it's just us and Cub online. Whoop, not ideal. Oh, wait, I think that might be Cub. Start recording. Okay. We're gonna do a recording segment. HermitCraft Season 9, Episode 63, segment, golf, take 1, and action. I am absolutely thrilled with how the striations in the plywood are coming together here. Really gives the whole machine more of a sense of physicality. Seeing that in there and over here in these little holes. Down here in our power switch hole. This is just coming together great. But not only that, but I think I solved the mystery of who our mystery neighbor is. I saw there's only one other hermit online, and somebody's over here putting a bunch of copper in. Hello, mystery neighbor, are you here? Well,
Hello?
hey, Cub,
Hey, Joe.
are you the new mystery neighbor? I saw somebody was putting some concrete powder down, so I gave him some bees. I guess it's you.
It's me. It's me.
Howdy. Welcome to the neighborhood, buddy.
Hey. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Well,
I'm farming some copper, as you can see.
Yeah, I can tell. Do you need more? Because I have like a ludicrous amount of copper.
I don't think I need more. I just need the aged. If you have the aged variety, that would be helpful.
I
Get a little bit of that.
You know what? I'll run and check real quick. Be
Okay.
right back.
Cheers. Cheers.
Okay, we're gonna need to make some room in our inventory here. Let's dump all of these logs real quick. Okay. This is just, we're going super basic on. Let's grab these two. Copper would be... Oh, yeah, here we do have some. And then we're going to grab... How do you make a buzz? It's fine. We're not going to be... Okay. Let's leave this empty one here. I have returned. Are you still about, Cub fan?
I'm here. I found a cave with zombies and a chicken that had like 200 zombies in there.
Oh, well, good. Now you got plenty to feed to the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, I'm coming in.
Oh, cool. Here you go. Here is a shulker. I have 3.5
nice.
stacks of aged copper. Hopefully that helps you on your journey. Once again, welcome to the neighborhood, buddy.
Cheers, Joe. Yeah, thanks. That'll help out a lot. That'll help out a ton. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Appreciate
Catch
it.
you later. Woo! Well, I'm curious to see what Cub fan is working on. I'm sure he's not ready to reveal that, or he would have volunteered that information already. But keep an eye out on his channel for upcoming video productions. Okay, where were we? Oh, that's right. I had dumped all this stuff into here, and then I was going to place it. Time skip. Stop recording. Okay. So we're going to go wrap up this bit up here. Nomadic Nova says, I like calling it aged copper. Isn't that what I called it? Or did I call it something else? I think that's what I called it. But if I didn't, I apologize. That's the best name for it. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Do, do, do. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Dee, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. But dun, 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 dun. Okay. So we need to chop that one there. Let's see. Any tips rolling in? We are 7 minutes away from the end of the stream. We are currently $2 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. I need to turn the camera back on. Woo, there we are. Now that we are done with that recording segment. Okay. Hey, KG Anarique just tipped 2, who says, gotta get there. Boom! That gets us evenly to our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 50%. We are at the top #1 Vin Shoken joke. T. Joe Eckhilsberg has arrived on the scene. 50% Joe opacity. We are 20 even away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Thank you, KG, for supporting the arts and my show in particular. Yeah, I'm realizing I'm going to need to age more copper, and what I'm probably going to end up doing is placing a bunch of it inside the bottom of the back box there. Guguliha says hard to watch. Yeah, the stream isn't supposed to be for watching. It's more for listening to while you like do stuff. Jassassin says my wife says, "Oh my god," after witnessing the expansion of the Jost. Well, Jess, if you want to see another one, we're only $20 away. There's 5 minutes left in the stream, so hurry and get those tips in now. But welcome, Jess. Welcome, Jess's wife. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's me, Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. We are working on the interior of our pinball machine here. You are truly witnessing HermitCraft through the eyes of a hermit. Ooh. Ah. But, yeah. I should start the smelt. Yeah, the thing is, how much, yeah, we should maybe start smelting some copper. I think Cub will keep the chunks loaded if he's over there. Let's see how much raw copper I have. Some. Let's get a box. Yeah, okay, so we'll use this box. I feel like I need to wipe my eyes. Nice. My favorite is when people are like, why is your face on my screen? I'm like, it's your face. It's just reflecting back. Try watching in a darker room. The other thing is, because the Joe opacity drops every time we get a face camera expansion, like, it gets more and more subtle over time. So, like, when I'm at, like, 5% or 6% Joe opacity and it's just one giant floating eye, you wouldn't even notice it until I blink. Strange's Universe says, I'm watching the stream while doing art. I'm glad I'm doing it as you intended. Exactly. Yeah, Jassassin from HermitCraft. He's a VIP in the Twitch chat. We got 3 chats running. Jess is in the Twitch one at the moment. But don't worry, I'm reading all the stuff he's sharing, so y'all don't have to hop chats. Okay, let's put this wood away for now to save room. Let's put the extra chops in the chops and tots box. Let's grab an extra totem, actually. Let's put the extra elytra in the flight box. Put these 2 boxes both away. Okay. So, let's think. What were we going to do? We were going to run our stuff to the smelter, which I just realized I closed off the primary path to. What's the easiest way to get to the smelter now? Probably, like, through here. Yeah. We just covered this roof. So, Dum 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 dum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Smelt the copper. Smelt copper, la da da. Okay, so wait, these are the fuel ones, and the ones on top. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been bothered to come down here. So let's grab, I don't know, a few of those. We're gonna make some copper real quick. I guess if we put 2 of these in each to start, that'll get things moving at least. Sammy Higgins says, I tried watching the show on the TV once, never again. Jess says, I was wondering if your streams are measurably different with regard to video encoding efficiency. I mean... I do have a 4K webcam, so that when the camera starts getting really big, like right now it's not actually maxed. I actually turn up the resolution of the camera as it gets bigger because I don't want to waste the PCI bandwidth otherwise. It starts adding a small amount of lag when I switch it to 4K mode. But by that point, you can't see my lips anymore, so it doesn't matter that it's, like, briefly, slightly, a tiny bit out of sync. I don't think it's a poor cam. I think it's rich in spirit. Okay. Nomadic Nova says, I'm dog sitting, so I get the treat of their giant TV. I don't have my own at home. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying this on your giant TV. Winter83 says, I'm watching the 55-inch television version of the Joust myself right now. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying that, Winter. Boy, I gathered a lot more copper than I thought I had. This feels like a lot, right? This seems like a non-trivial amount of copper. I don't have a copper farm. This is just, like, what I've mined so far this season, and I haven't bothered, like, putting away or dealing with when I was digging out the pinball machine. Where's the bed? How much copper could it cost, Michael? 10 shulkers? I could check my copper mine stats. Oh, maybe. The thing is, though, I don't even think that's all of the... See, I still got a bunch of copper ore. Some other random raw copper. Yeah, so I've got more copper ore in here that I haven't even bothered mining yet. Fortune 3! Get ready for stat roulette. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there's a way to sort the stats when you look at them. But we can check on it real quick while we're here. I'm kind of, now that Jassassin is here, I was supposed to wrap up, but I can go a few minutes over to hang out with Jassassin and give people an opportunity to tip so that his wife can freak out when the camera gets even bigger. You can sort at the top. So let's go to stats, telemetry data, accessibility settings. Statistics. General items. So times mined. Copper, 4,364. Is that good? I don't know if that's a lot or not. That's just kind of like one of those things, like, that's just how much I've done. I guess that's fine. Whatever. Send Void says, I enjoy your streams as background noise for home physical therapy and while I play Minecraft myself. I'm glad to hear it. Iris says, how's the ATM going? I don't know what that means. Like, I'm not building an automated teller machine. But you've asked me that twice now. I ignored it the first time, but like now it seems like you're... I was like, maybe you're typed something in the wrong window. Like if somebody seems like they meant to text somebody and they put it in here, I usually don't call them out on it. Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube and at joehills.net/live. Although that one takes can take a few seconds to load properly. That's experimental. That's the one I'm most excited about in the long term, but it's baby steps. Baby steps. Yeah, joehills.net/live. So if your work blocks YouTube and Twitch, but doesn't block like random blogs, joehills.net/live has a copy of my feed. It can take a second to load, and it's not as robust as the others, I will say. It's a work in progress. But it's an option. Mike Deadman says, just tried it. It takes about 20 seconds to load, but it's working well. Yeah, the caching and stuff isn't... Once again, very early days. Very, very early days on that. Okay. Well, that actually fills up my inventory. So, okay. I'm realizing... I should just go in through here, right? No, that doesn't connect. This was not my best planning ever. Why is there even a chest here? I guess that's why. Okay. Oh, we're underneath the furnace now. Okay, so... Welcome, Yari Pet Lover. Glad to have you tonight. Okay, so we're making a dent in that already here. And Cub will keep these chunks loaded while he's working on his project, because he's pretty close by. Otherwise, I don't think the updater would have caught it. Okay, I can see... Oh, I can see the sky right there. So there is still a segment that's still open. Okay, we're going to want to, on video, show the new striations covering up the edges there. Check the outflow. You had a lot of glass in there. We'll check on that in a minute. It's not urgent. Doc keeps getting his copper stolen. Really? Verlunar says, feedback for the joehills.net stream from Australia. It's lagging behind a lot. Yeah. It's not ready for prime time yet. It is definitely... Yeah. I have it like in a place where I'm... It's a functioning proof of concept, but it's not perfect. But for example, there might be times where I want to stream stuff that I'm worried that Twitch or YouTube might go after me about, as local laws change and things like that. And so being able to self-host this streaming stuff could be helpful. But I'm very nervous about the Tennessee legislature passing stupid laws that might cause YouTube or Twitch to make trouble for me. So it's kind of an insurance policy type of thing. It's a we know this works. If all of a sudden we absolutely start needing it, we can get it fixed. You know, like I put in enough to get the proof of concept. Nomadic Nova, I don't want to talk about what Tennessee is up to. It's very frustrating, and I'm trying to wind down for the night. But yeah, have a good night, Nope Queen. Well, the legislature has gavelled out already, but it's a whole thing. Okay. Pum, 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 pum. We've got a beacon here. Let's maybe dig a better tunnel. Do I have torches? Yeah, I do. Where's this gonna come out? Great. Okay. Pum, 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 pum. And we'll check the output chest next. So we'll drop 6 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, since we already loaded up these both, I think. Yeah. Oh, I forgot we made a bunch of food. Okay. So yeah, so some of these chests are full. Yeah, let's maybe swap that out with this just for ease of use here. Okay. So, how many empty shulkers do we have with us? 1. Okay. Bum, 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 This is all gravel, black terracotta. Okay. Who do I think will win the final TCG match? I don't know. XP Crafted is pretty good. Honestly, I don't know. Like, my gut says Etho. But in practice, like, I think XB might just take it. Like, XB has been playing very well. He's very good. Okay, so we could empty one of these by finishing that part. It's really anyone's game. Etho needs a win. Yeah, he's only won all the way to the championship. But yeah, he needs a win. Let's go ahead and put these black terracotta in here so I don't accidentally use them right now. Let's put these back in the ore chests here. Consolidate that stuff into there. Bum, 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 bum. How far over are we going here? To there. Okay. I was really curious if that new build was something Cleo was doing. I'm actually kind of surprised it was Cub. Because when I asked Cleo about it earlier, she kind of acted the way she acts when she can't tell if she told me something and I didn't remember it. So I was kind of like, wait, is this Cleo's build? Is she playing dumb? Oops. Oh gosh, we are getting stuff done here. Well, Etho can only have one totem in his deck. So the odds of getting... And I don't know if efficiency is also ultra rare. So I don't know the odds of getting all three of those at once in terms of the TCG. Because you have a 42 card deck, you need 3 particular cards. You can have more than one stress, and those are interchangeable. So if you had 3 stresses, but he can only have 1 totem and 1 efficiency. But, I mean, there's also a chance that XP Crafted could beat that by just loading his deck with extra Hermits as damage sponges. So that XP definitely gets 3 Hermits out on turn 1, right? He knows that Etho can do that. Like, that efficiency move isn't something you can count on, is the thing. Whew. Okay. How would I counter the stress card? Well, like I said, I would have at least 1 totem in my own deck. I would make sure that my deck was heavy on Hermits, so the odds of me drawing 2 or 3 at the beginning was almost certain. Because the stress thing only works if you only have 1 Hermit on the board, right? So that's the other thing, is Etho doesn't even need a totem if he just has more than 1 Hermit draw, right? He just needs stress and an efficiency book. So the number one way to counter it is just to have more Hermits in your... So play a type that has a lot of good Hermits. I'd probably play a Redstone type. Does Redstone have... What has an advantage against Prankster anyway? I'd play something that has an advantage against Prankster that has a lot of good cards in it. Basically, a lot of good Hermits. Should probably greet Scar. Howdy, Scar. Okay. Stretching out here momentarily. Bum bum bum. Da, 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 da. Okay. Speedrunner and Miner are both strong against Prankster. Yeah, then I'd probably run a combo Speedrunner Miner deck at that point. Because there's no way to have enough cards to deal with that strategy with only Prankster. Or sorry, with only Speedrunner. From a practical standpoint, I didn't have any Miner cards because I traded them all to Cleo, which was my mistake. But like, if I was still at this stage in the tournament, I probably would have traded for them. Alrighty, good night, Boorango. Oh boy. We are getting a lot done, though. This is just absolutely fantastic progress. The last few days have been just non-stop productivity on this machine. Like, very highly visible, obvious ways, which is fantastic. Because it kind of felt like we were stalling out a little bit while I was making some decisions about the playfield and stuff, but we were just back on track, right back into it. Okay. Just drop that there like so. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. Oh yeah, this actually should be offset by 5 too. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's go lay our heads down and dream before mobs start spawning. Okay. So let's see how this looks from up above here. Oh yeah. This is looking way more professional. It's going to be too late tonight to record another segment where we show this off, but I think tomorrow morning I can possibly record an outro to this video. We didn't get to test Mumbo's machine, but we did determine who the mystery neighbor was, so that's something. Also, we've made a lot of like highly visible progress to the pinball machine. Okay, so this is nice. Probably should install some lights along here just for generally discouraging mobs. Wow. Was there anything I was supposed to be doing this month? Or Where's March, May, April? March and April continued. I did go to that Classics tournament. Playfield cutouts, playfield components. I've been waiting to talk about that tournament because the results aren't in on the IFPA website yet, and I wanted to be able to share those. Leslie McCord tips 5, who says, "Howdy, Joe. Really enjoyed your streams the last couple nights. Rockstar grinding. GG." Well, thank you very much, Leslie McCord. Drew Baca, I think you'll have to wait to find out in the episode. Also, I mean, the people in the chat can just tell you. But, okay. Playfield cutouts is what we're working on right now. No, wait, no, it's not. Dig out pinball machine. Okay, we did get the decked out snow done. We got all those parades done. We got Mercy Road done. I showed up for NJ's charity stream. We did the Kentucky Derby thing. Wait, were the cabinet cutouts supposed to be, like, back in January? Probably. Nope, we're still... Cut Playfield. Cut Playfield has been on my list since January, and I'm still not there. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah. See, Drew Baca, we did get a lot of work done on our cutouts here. We've got the plywood with jungle and birchwood mixed all through here. And we took advantage of the blackstone that Tango just dropped off to finish the bottom of that part. Now we also actually have to run a bunch of stuff up to here. Like, that's all black glass to give this some depth. Actually, this probably shouldn't be black glass. This should probably... Oh, gosh. I massively underestimated how much blackstone I needed. This needs to go straight up, doesn't it? Oh, boy. Do I still have any shulker shells uncrafted? No. Oh, we were going to, before I go, we were going to put the shulkers in where the glass is. So let's go do that real quick. That one's empty. That one's not. Okay. That one's empty. That one's empty. Not empty. Empty. Oh, dang it. One of those needs to go back down. Some of these could probably be consolidated, possibly, but whatever. Okay. That's always fun when you get squid ink. Squid ink. Squid ink, squid ink, squid ink, squid ink, squid ink. Okay, so these are the ones that are likely to fill up first. Or this one's the one likely to fill up first. So let's go ahead, swap out both of those two with empty shulkers here. So we can just grab the ingots too and start aging them from a lot of these. If they're already... Uh-oh, that one's wrong. Yeah. Okay, so if this one was the fullest, this one here's the second fullest. So let's go ahead and grab that one, replace it with that. That one's also full. We got it. Okay, we're gonna come around to place that one because I learned that lesson the hard way. Boop. See, now we can grab the new one out of there. So we'll just let that cook. How many... Okay, we have one empty one left. Let's just find a random one here. Of the two, we're going to pull that one. Okay, hey, we got another tip rolling in for 20 from Tickled Panda, who says, thanks for the stream, Joe. Wow, thank you, Tickled Panda. That's very kind of you. That gets us 5 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand Jost. Do-do-do-do. Lowering the Joe pasty now to 42%. D-D-D-D. And let's see. Looks like we have... Wait, what? Hold on. Did something just... Hold on. Did we actually accidentally archive? We got another tip. Roll. Can I move this back to... Somehow something happened with this mail. Okay. We got another expansion from Vilja Moore for 20, who says, another expansion perhaps. Yes, indeed. That gets us... We were 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestones. Now we're 5 past. So here we go. It's time to grow hills. Do-do-do-do. Tokobot says, off to work. Good to see Grow Hills. Any chance we'll see the Beetlejuice? Probably not. I did the last call for tips a little while ago, and this is just the last ones rolling in now. But thank you very much to Viljamore and to Tickled Panda for that. We are... Yeah, we're just wrapping up. I was just... So the thing is, Cub Fan is going to have these chunks loaded if he's aging his copper. Anyway, so we want to have this, it's ready to go. Oh, wait, what I forgot to do, though, was... There's no workbench in here. Of course not. Okay. So we're going to take... Wait, why are mobs spawning in there? The light should be on. Is it not? There's a squid in there. Bye, squid. Whoa, that thing is full. Wait, what happened there? How is there... I don't remember turning this thing on. We don't have the right smiting sword, but... Well, we've got 1,000,000 mobs in here anyway. Might as well. Okay. Huh. Well, maybe we'll get some extra armor for Zombie Cleo there. Where was I? Oh, yeah. We were... up here. And I was saying... What? Is there a hole in that? There is a hole in that. That's amusing. Okay. That explains where some of that light was coming from. Okay, let's just turn this one on, too. Okay. We'll get rid of this for now. We'll take that and we'll put it here. Dang it. Okay. Oh, perfect. Yay, okay. Oh, I could have just flown up and... I'm dumb. Why did I fly all the way around there? That was very silly of me. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Is it... Do they need a gap of 3 between them or a gap of 4 between them? Is it every 4th one is the copper or every 5th one is the copper? 4 in between. That sounds right. Oh, look, see, it's already aging because it's so far from the other copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can check these from back here and see if they look right. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oxidized copper makes raw copper aged faster. Really? Huh. Didn't know that. Is that a new thing? What are these aged copper blocks for? Oh, I don't have any aged copper blocks. So I figured we should maybe get some. I used to have 3.5 stacks of aged copper blocks, and now I have 0. So I thought maybe I should remedy that. Oh, are these going to be exactly on that line? Oh, come on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a torch directly behind each one of these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's aligned there. Alex, I'm definitely going to wrap up the stream very shortly. I know I'm tired. I'm just trying to get all of this stuff. Like, see, I don't normally have somebody loading my base while I'm offline. So I'm loading up the furnace and I'm getting all this stuff done so that this stuff can run in the background and be done by morning. Because Cub will probably be up for a few hours knowing him. Okay. 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 Hello to Las Vegas, Gordy Dog. Hope you enjoy the stream. We're actually about to wrap up in just a few minutes. I am putting 54 final blocks of copper in here to age. Then we are wrapping up for the night. Taking advantage of our new neighbor, Cub Fan, keeping these chunks loaded. 4, 5. Oh, whoops, we're not done with that one, are we? The ice in my drink just, like, melted to a point that the cube on the top fell to the bottom and it clattered and startled me. Whoops. Okay. Let's actually fix these a little better. Yeah, around the outside, we'll do those every 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, if I'm understanding what y'all are saying, that copper oxidizes faster when it's next to already oxidized copper. If I let all of these blocks age and oxidize, and then I come back and I place copper on top of them, copper tops, if you will, the blocks of copper that are now the toppers will oxidize quicker. So, like, this one over here is already oxidized, it looks like. Is this... Well, maybe it's not. Oh, no, it's not fully oxidized. If I put a fresh one on top of it, it would slow down. But once it itself is fully oxidized, it'll be faster for everything else. 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's aged copper near fresh copper makes fresh copper age faster. It's just that fresh copper near French copper makes it slower. They still need to be 4 blocks apart. Oh, I'm not gonna... Never mind. It doesn't accelerate. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just use the grid we're making now. That's 100% okay with me. Dang it, that was too early. It's the last one, too. Okay. Soon we'll put out a video testing theories. Good to know. Yeah, and we can always easily get back down in here. Actually, now that we've got that second level set up, we technically should be able to remove this wall here between these areas. Because this wall, whoops, that wall does make sense at that level, but not down here. So we have a lot of space down here to put in all the aged copper we're going to need. Let's put some more torches there. We don't want this area to be spawnable. Okay, so we're going to actually put lights on the walls on the markers here. Yeah, okay. Woo. So, I am feeling good about this. Wow, that has been a crazy productive stream. Luckily, I already cleaned the kitchen earlier. That's one of the other reasons I kind of gave myself permission to stay up late, is even though I'm up later than usual streaming, I already did the stuff I would normally have to do after the stream, before the stream. Hey, it looks like my sister Quinn is playing Wheel of Songwriting, writing a song based on certain things on a randomized wheel. So we're going to go ahead and raid twitch.tv/redactedhills, who is going to be joining me for a 6-hour Zelda mega stream Friday morning starting at 8:30 a.m. U.S. Central Time. So if you're interested in seeing Tears of the Kingdom played live by somebody who's going to play completely differently than you, so you're not going to get spoiled that bad, because I'm not going to play optimally. It's going to be as funny as possible, but not like an infuriating way. It'll be fine. Just show up and have some fun, okay? Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do. Stop.